Hi, I'm Penny Hill with EFT Tapping for Stress Relief and the creator of the Habits of Happiness courses. I was listening to a presentation the other day, and the presenter was talking about overwhelm and was offering a couple of techniques to deal with overwhelm. And as she was leading up to the technique she was going to share with us, she was listing some other things, and she said, and tapping works really great, but who can remember the script? So what I want to talk about is the myth of the tapping script. This is something that I have heard a lot of people say, that they don't know what words to use. So you've probably seen, if you know tapping at all or you have investigated it, that there are a lot of people out there who have videos that are each one is for a specific topic, for perhaps fear of driving, a phobia, spiders, driving, self-esteem. So when people are going to these videos, what they're really getting is a general smattering of common feelings that people have when they have these issues. And tapping videos are fine. They are useful in their place. They are, I think, at best, just a starting point to get you going. And I was recommending to someone the other day, she was using an apping tap. I said that backwards, a tapping app. And she was finding it very useful. And I was like, that's great. But none of us get results for our specific issues by using general tools. And tapping scripts, by their very nature, cannot address your specific needs. If I'm afraid to drive over a bridge, my reasons for having that fear are not going to look like your reasons for having that fear. If I'm afraid to go on stage and speak, my reasons for that fear are not going to have anything to do with your reasons for that fear. So there is value in the tapping scripts if you really get stuck and you can't even find a beginning place. You can use these tapping scripts, and hopefully what will happen is that as you're going along, it will trigger a thought, it will trigger a memory or a feeling. And then what I recommend is that you then stop the video and address your specific memory, feeling, or memory of what is bringing this issue up for you. So the second thing I want to say about this is that the words technically aren't even necessary. We use the words for a couple of reasons, primarily to bring up or elicit the emotion that we want to work on. When I talk about an event that caused me pain, when I talk about it and bring my mind to that memory, the emotion comes along with it. So the words are really there to elicit the emotion. Now, in this case of this presenter, if you're in overwhelm, you're already in the energy that you want to work with. So you can start with, even though I feel this overwhelm, I'm okay, or I will be okay. And you want to specifically talk about how overwhelm is showing up for you. It might be a heaviness on your chest and or crazy monkey thoughts racing through your head. It might be just an inability to even just think. You might just you can't even think. You just want to sit and not do anything. For other people, it's more manic. It may show up physically, again, in the chest or in the stomach, and or all of these things. You might find yourself unable to stop moving and be exhausted, and you can't even think. So just start with that. I'm having so many feelings and I don't know what to tap on. But I hope I'll be okay in a few minutes. And take one aspect of what you're experiencing. My brain, I just feel brain dead. I can't even think. And go through a whole round with just that one symptom. Then address another symptom. Then address another symptom. And you can take each one down to 0. It might, for overwhelm, since it's a complex of things, it might be useful to actually address several issues one at a time. Address, the one, and then the second, and then the third, and then go back and reassess what is my overall level of overwhelm now. Well, my chest is feeling better, but I'm still just so logy in my head, and I'm tired, and I think I can sit down now, right? And then tap on what remains of the overwhelm. So you can, usually with tapping, we want to take one issue and tap it down to 0, and then move on to the next. Sometimes it works to bring everything down a little bit and then circle around again and check. Because when you do that second or third symptom, sometimes it relieves the first thing that you did. So just keep tapping. This other woman's process, when she described it, it was lovely, and I could see where it would be an effective thing to do, but it was much more mentally involved, visualizing a lot of things. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, that's way more work than just tapping. So I don't want people to continue to be hung up with this, I can't do the tapping because I don't know what the words are. You do know what the words are, because the only words that are really, really effective are yours. And if you don't feel like you can start, then one of these tapping videos can be useful. But they are so general that they provide some relief in the moment, but only your words and your memories about events and how this came to be for you is going to get to the root of your issue and then release it permanently. So don't let words get in the way. Anytime that you are feeling angry or sad or overwhelmed, you're already in the energy that you want to release. Just start with that. I always say start with the current truth. And just go from there, and it'll work. All right, my dears, thank you very much. I wish for you a joyful heart. Be well.